Isle of Discovery is my very own custom theme park made in Planet Coaster 2. And over the past few months, I have been busy building so many different rides, roller coasters, pathways, lots of trees, and rocks, and even recently started my very own water park as part of the entire resort and spa. I need to make one of them. But this water park then, it has a huge indoor area alongside a huge outdoor area, and it's all work in progress at the minute, and there's one bit, a massive plot of land right next to the outdoor pools that a lot of you guys have said you want to see a roller coaster in. So today, not only are we continuing the water park, but we are building a new roller coaster in the water park that's in the theme park. Yeah, it's getting confusing now. But be sure to watch till the end so you don't miss the POV of this ride. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you want to see more Planet Coaster content in the future. Because there is so much more from this game that I am still yet to do with recreations and building this park. Because we're not finished with this park yet, even though we are on episode 20. Welcome back to Isle of Discovery, or the water park that's unnamed, because technically we are building Isle of Discovery, but we're building the water park. Either way, as you can see, a very quick start here, building a transportation ride. A lot of you guys also commented alongside this huge plot of land that you can see. That should be a roller coaster, a lot of you guys said. But the main thing was transportation. I should make something that can enable you to go from the park to the water park, or just transportation around the park in general. And I thought the easiest way of doing this was a cable car sky ride. I know last time I was complaining that, you know, we don't have the boat ride that I wanted, and that would have been the only thing that suits the Viking theme, because a steam train isn't really Viking. Cable cars aren't Viking either, but it's the one we're going to have to work with. I would have done a train ride, but it would have been so short that it would have just been pointless to do. So a sky ride makes sense, and there you go. It's literally got an entire station point that I can build there, because there was just maintenance roads. That's quite easy to do. Pretty much made the plot for that ages ago without realising. My genius knows no bounds. But this sky ride will help the flow of the park as well, because people that want to go to the water park, usually you just have to leave the actual theme park and then, I guess, teleport over, or in real life terms, take a bus or something. I don't want that. I want some easy, cool looking transportation that will actually sort of take you from one place in the park to another. And as much as this probably should have been at the entrance to Isle of Discovery and you take it over to the entrance of the water park, I thought it would be quite cool if we had it in the Viking themed area and you take it to the Viking themed water park. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But what we're building now is a Mack Water Coaster. I think I did tease the other day that there's a Mack ride coming. You might have thought it was the Mack Hyper that's coming to the Egyptian themed area that's coming soon. Not that. This is a Mack Water Coaster in the water park. As said in the intro, a lot of you guys wanted to see a roller coaster on this plot of land, and I've seen stuff about launch coasters and all this stuff. I don't know whether that suits a water park too much, because we're sort of going for a realistic vibe of a water park here. So I did a bit of research. I looked up some different water park style water parks, and the main one that came up was the Mack or Intamin water coasters. And I thought the Intamin water coaster has that huge tower elevator lift that is just way too tall for what we're going for here. So I thought I'd do a Mack one. We've got so many Mack rides in this park. How many do we actually have? It's like 2 or 3, isn't it? That's not that many. But we're here building another one. Technically not in the theme park, but in the water park now. And as you can see, already done one half of the layout. It sort of goes up a lift hill. We'll actually go through the main reception of the entire water park itself. I thought that was quite a cool feature I wanted to add. And then you go into another splashdown. And then you go around into a lift hill into this section with a mid-course brake run and a couple helixes round. And then it should go into the next bit here. And there should be a splashdown coming up. No, I've decided to go from the end. Okay, well, that ruined my train of thought. But one thing I will say about water coasters in this game is very similar with the log flume when I built that. It won't be the smoothest thing in the world, sadly. I wish it could be, and it really should be. But first of all, water coasters in general seem to not be the smoothest thing ever. And the game, as you can see right there you go, as I've just placed down, the splashdowns, you can't have your own track going into it, so you can't just make your own drop and make sure like the hill is very nicely sort of declining into it, not too steep or anything. You have to use the inbuilt game preset one, which sucks. And I really wish, this is one of the things that I still have a gripe with this game. I don't know why you can't just have it go into a splashdown section when it's going straight, because then you can make those drops a lot better at the bottom. The pull-out be a lot smoother and everything. But no, you can't do that. So genuinely, this is probably one of the rougher coasters in the park. It's not my favourite coaster I've ever built, especially because water coasters in general don't really do too much anyway. It's more about that splashdown or those splashdowns, not really about the rest of the layout. They're just quite sort of fun and floaty, and that's about it. So, you know, I'm not really making this out to be anything, am I? I'm saying, oh, it's not that special, it's not the best thing I've ever made. But I think that is just what water coasters are. There was another coaster in this park that I made. I can't remember which one it is, but I just had to sort of accept the fact that the model itself in real life isn't great. So I had to sort of just make do with it and make it as good as I can, but also work within the boundaries of the manufacturer and what they would do in real life. So it's very complicated, guys, so difficult. But as you can see, doing some rock work on that lift hill. In a second, I think you see me dig. Yes, this bit. This will be semi-indoors, semi-outdoors before you go into a huge indoor section, which will be that lift hill, that first drop, and then that drop actually goes into the reception, like I said, and then you'll go outside again. So just wanted to start it off with a nice little indoor section. I thought it'd be quite cool. A lot of water coasters do also have sort of dark ride sections on them, so I thought it'd be a good way to put that in. And yeah, what theme are we going for with this? Viking. There's your answer. But what sort of Viking thing are we going for? Because of course we have a Valkyrie over in the background, the B&M Invert in the park. That area and sort of ride is all based on mountainous like biome of Viking nature. That sounded way more epic than it should have been. But that mountainous vibe that I went for last time, with these rocks sticking up everywhere and all these bushes and like foliage, everything like that, gone for a similar thing with this, just more tying into the rock work that's in the water park. So instead of these sticky out rocks and a bit like Klugheim, I guess, esque rocks, not them, more so like what you've seen already on the inside with some of the wave pool rock work and stuff, just that generic tropical rock that's in the game, just plastered around and just in good formations so it looks like a mountain. So that when you actually look, and I'll show you, from the Valkyrie queue line, I was really worried you'd look over at this water coaster and you'd just think, what on earth is that doing there? You've got this whole ride going around you, the queue line looks amazing, then you just look over at this water park and you think, what the hell is that? But luckily, as I'll show you in a bit, and you guys can make your own sort of judgment on it, I think it fits quite well. I think the mountain itself, it looks different, but also fits in, and I'm happy with it. And I had to get that in there, of course I did. But as you can see, flipping the station round just to sort of make sure that it's in the right direction that I want, and then doing this exit path here, which just exits out right beside where the entrance is. And that's another thing. The entrance to this I have done. It's literally going to go in just a second, I think. And that entrance does need a name, because the ride needs a name. So if you have any suggestions for what you think I could call this, if you saw in the last episode the wave pool, and no, the lazy river it was, I did this sort of like really cool rune rock work round. There's a bit mythological in a way. That's the sort of vibe I'm going for in the caves of this, and you'll see that later on the POV. So if you have any suggestions for a name for that, a water coaster that has a sort of Viking mythology theme with those rune rocks, let me know in the comments. I'm very bad at explaining things, but I hope that got across all right. And you'll see the POV later, so you'll get even more of an idea. But I love seeing your guys' names. Still seeing all of the water park suggestions. I'm not choosing one just yet, again, just because, again, it's not finished yet. So I want to leave it until the entire water park is almost complete, which might actually be in the next episode, which is very, very exciting. Because, yeah, this is episode 20, so 21 and maybe 22 will all be water park. I might actually do an entire tour of the water park for episode 22. I think that'd be quite cool, because there probably will still be a few things that are unfinished here and there. And then after that, we can start the Egyptian-themed area, the Wild West-themed area that you guys want to see, with maybe an RMC or not. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. And also that other themed area that will still be coming soon. And it's quite funny because I've been reading a lot of your guys' comments. Of course, I always do, to see what your suggestions are. And when I said about what do you think this next area could be on top of the two that I've already got planned, a lot of you guys are suggesting the exact theme I'm thinking of. So I think we're good to go with that one. It might actually be that I end up building that, but I'm not going to reveal that just yet, so stay tuned for that, because the next 2 areas, and the next 3 when that also happens, I need to start focusing on something else. And you may be thinking, what do you mean by this? Of course, we're going to have the roller coasters, the shops, the restaurants, everything like that. But the one thing I have really, really missed in this park is dark rides. It's not my best port of call, not my favourite thing to build in the world. Dark rides, I don't know if I'm the best at them either. Like, I haven't really done many, and also I just know for a fact I won't be very good at it. But I've built 2 dark rides in this park, one of which doesn't actually function as a real dark ride because it's the Dance Macabre style one, the Legend of Penglai, in the Chinese themed area Lantasia. And the other is an indoor flat ride called Rotarium in Industria. So it's like, I haven't actually done a proper dark ride. And you have the trackless dark rides, the Omni Mover that I spoke so much about when this game first came out. I was like, oh my god, there's an Omni Mover attraction. And I haven't built one. So I think you're going to see a few more dark rides yet to come in this park. And of course, the Egyptian themed area, we could do a madhouse, we could do an Omni Mover, we could do a trackless dark ride, or we could even do one of the Intamin multi-dimension indoor coasters. That'd be quite cool. I think that counts as a dark ride, sort of. And in the Wild West area, we could do some sort of shooter ride, again another Omni Mover, something like that. I just want to do more dark rides, man, because as much as they're not my favourite thing to build, and I'm definitely not the best at them by any means, my personal favourite thing to build, and the thing I think I'm best at, is coasters, which is why there's so many of them in the park. But I think there will be a lot more dark rides, and you're going to see coasters anyway. Of course, the Egyptian Mack Hyper Coaster will be the first thing we build after this water park is complete, so you'll see all of that in that episode when that releases. And there's so much to do in the other areas too. There's going to be some very cool looking coasters, even though I don't know what I'm building yet. So any suggestions for any of the themes that I mentioned? I know a lot of people want to see an RMC. That's definitely on the list that I want to try and build, because I think that'd be really, really cool. And I have a twist into that I think would be really cool to actually build as well. And yeah, we shall see how that goes. Rock work and bushes and trees. Once again, the usual round that the second splashdown on the water coaster right there, and it's I have to really keep an eye on the sky ride because it gets really close to the ground and really close to some of the theming at some points, so I have to make sure that that's not hitting into any of that. But yeah, you can see all of that going in. It really does fit well. You'll see me in a few minutes, or an occasional sort of point in the time lapse, quickly go over to where you enter Stores Time, the Viking themed area, and just check the sight lines, because I don't want it to be out of place or make the whole area look stupid. Because of course we have this really nice entrance where you walk in, there's a river, some Viking boats on it, and then before there was just this plot of land, which now has a water coaster and a water park on it. And when we first started building the water park building, my god did it look odd. It looked very strange, but we've actually gone about that alright in the end, and it seems to be looking fine, if I do say so myself. One thing I forgot to mention, and I actually didn't film on the time lapse, because again, one of those things that I did over the course of quite a long period of time, just randomly dotting onto the game, 10 minutes doing it here, 10 minutes there, was that massive tower in the centre of the main outdoor pool. I said that I wanted to do like a sort of weird wooden tower with nets and like this Viking boat up the side of it, and you go up that tower and there's 4 different slides you can go down. So we built them in the last episode, but I didn't build any of the theming, and now that's all done. So that's quite exciting, because by the end of this you're actually gonna, there you go, there's that viewpoint I spoke about, but by the end of this you're actually going to see the outdoor area of the swimming pools, and just that lazy river in the corner, the swim up bar, everything like that. It's all complete now. So yeah, the outdoor section is done. The only thing left to focus on is the indoor section, and a little bit more of the sort of, facilities and all that stuff you don't care about. Which is why I've said that the next episode will be finishing touches to everything and sort of making sure it looks pretty nice, and then obviously probably leaving a few things to the next week, where you'll see the entire tour and all the POVs of the slides and everything. We'll do another POV of this coaster when it's got its name, if it's not too long of a tour already. But there's going to be so much to look forward to in this series, not only for this water park that's got a couple episodes left, but also the park as well, as said before. So yeah, very excited to keep going with this park. What do you want to see afterwards? That's the question. I've seen a lot of comments being like, you have to do another park series after this, and I know I've said it multiple times that I am doing that, but if you haven't heard, I am going to do another park after this. A lot smaller, probably, because this is taking up an entire map and my PC can barely handle it. It'll actually be quite nice to load up a new park and have 60 FPS again. But if you want to see some sort of realistic park, a recreation, leave your thoughts down below on what you want to see. I'm always down to hear some ideas. I've got a few in mind already, one of which is quite a funny idea, so hopefully that'll happen soon after this project finishes. Because I can't lie, this park does take up a lot of my time when it comes to playing this game, which is why usually I do upload a lot more Planet Coaster 2. I haven't been uploading as much as I normally would because of this park. I feel like with the new areas that I'm going to make in the actual theme park after this water park is done, that will probably allow me to build a lot more other stuff in the game and do a lot more other Planet Coaster 2 content, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this water park and just the park in general recently has taken a while. The next few areas shouldn't though, so yeah, subscribe if you want to see more Planet Coaster 2 content, because it is coming, and I'm just saying this to save myself in case there's not. But you get what I mean. Because there's probably another 10 episodes or something to come of this park before we finish it. And then from there, like I said, I'll do other stuff more. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll try my best. But I can't guarantee anything. So yeah, keep that in mind. Because yeah, I want to say we've got about 10 episodes until the end of this series. Because you've got this water park that'll take 2 more. Then the other areas should probably be about 2 or 3 each. If I can even make a third area, which then would probably push us over that. Because I don't know how my PC is going to fare up, because it's currently struggling quite badly, as you'll see when we go into real time. But yeah, there's so much going on with this park, and I don't even mean on the game only. I might as well give you a sneak peek, because you've watched so far into this time lapse, so you're a legend if you have. But there may or may not be some really cool designs that are going to go with the park, and that will actually go into the park as well. You may see a new logo. You might see or hear a new soundtrack for the entrance as well. There's so much going on, and I really can't wait to show you it all. So yeah, stay tuned for the rest of this series, because it's only just getting started, even though I've literally been speaking for the past 10 minutes about how it's almost ending. Nice one. If you want to know some more things that have been happening in the park, though, whilst I build the station for the water coaster, Talos, my Greek-themed Vekoma launch coaster, in my This Past Week in Theme Park series, which is to do with the real world theme park news per week, and I've been doing that for quite a while now, so if you want to see that in the future, then subscribe. It comes out every Monday or Tuesday. And that, despite being a real life news coverage every week, I thought it'd be funny to include some Isle of Discovery hints in there every so often. So one time I said about this Egyptian Mack Hyper Coaster, and then the past week I said that Talos is testing with its new train. So if you missed that, or you want to see anything in the future, like little hints like that, before these episodes come out, then be sure to watch those videos when they come out every week. And subscribe, like I said already. Either way, we are now into the final portion of this time lapse now. It's cut about a minute ago to me doing this, but I didn't mention it because I was too busy waffling. But as you can see, this is that Skyride cable car, other entrance, an exit, port, station, whatever you want to call it, at the water park side. And I thought I'd do a little bit of theming here, because obviously in this queue, I don't want you to see inside the water park or anything. I don't want you to like see that water coaster really. I want you to be able to see Valkyrie in the distance, which is why I moved some of those trees so you can actually still see it. I want you to be able to see some of the park. I know it's only one coaster, but I want you to be able to see that so you know what you're about to transport yourself to and what you're about to experience. So I think getting a cool view of the inside of the park like that, as much as it's not showing too much, is perfect. Because I don't really want to just show you the water park and be like, oh, this is what you're missing out on going over to the theme park. I want to show you what you are about to experience and what you're about to actually see. So that's basically why I did that. Just copying over some crates and stuff, just the usual, some theming there. The Viking theme can be a little repetitive if you were to build bigger areas. I think if I did anything more than the water park and what we have in stores time, I don't know what I'm doing with this sign. You're not in the area yet, and it just says goodbye now. Fantastic. But if I built any more than just these two areas, I think it would start to look very similar in a lot of places. So I'm kind of glad that I've left the Viking theme at this water park and that area, because anymore, I don't know what I do in my life. As you can see, putting some like crates down and these statues as well, which are sort of a reference to the log flume that's over in the actual theme park, because you see quite a few of them on that. I wanted to just sort of embed the park into this bit, and you'll see how I've done that with a few posters that I'll show you soon in real time, just as you are entering into the actual queue line for the Sky Ride. Good point as well, the Sky Ride cable car thing needs a name, so if you have any name suggestions for that as well, alongside the water coaster and any of the splash pad pools or anything like that outside, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to see your suggestions. Obviously, the pools and the slides are going to take a lot longer to name because there's so many of them, and obviously looking through some of your comments, I have actually named a few of the pools and stuff inside. None of the outside bit is named yet though, so leave some suggestions down below. I'll have a look at a few in the past as well, and I'll eventually name them all. Might do that in the next episode or the one after, like said. But here we go, placing some rocks down once again. What a surprise! This is where those two slides that are really fast and the two that are actually semi-fast come out of from that main tower outside in the outdoor pool. I'm genuinely the worst for dotting around in this game. Like, you've just seen me go over to that pool, place a few rocks down, and then come back over to the station for the Sky Ride. Like, I genuinely can't stay in one place without thinking, let me go and sort something out over there instead. And then I'm like, no, I'll go back now. I don't know how my brain works with this thing, but it's quite funny either way. But this area has quite a few changes from when it first started. You haven't actually seen most of it, but the inside section of that reception and where that restaurant and shop are going to be, that is all enclosed now. It's not fully finished, but I'm going to show you it anyway, because that would be stupid of me to not show you it, because why would I not? And all this rock work and stuff, as said, the water coaster does crash through into that reception after it's gone through its cave section that you'll see as well, and that bit is coming along nicely as well, and I'm literally starting that here, and then yeah, you'll see most of it when we cut into real time. I'm genuinely surprised that I've been able to talk for this long during multiple episodes and not repeat myself too much, you know. I thought about it when I literally was just about to start filming this video. The amount of these episodes, I'm very surprised that I haven't just watched a few back and gone, I'm just talking about the same things over and over again, which I probably am, and I'm not realising it, but I try my best to talk about different things, give you a bit of insight into what's going on, the build process and everything. But obviously, if I just explain to you every little thing I was doing, like, oh, I'm moving these wooden panels down, now I'm going to probably place rocks down. No, oh my god, I didn't. Wow. See, I wouldn't have a clue what I'm talking about, so there you go. That is exactly why I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I'm trying to give as much of a sort of insight into how I build the park and how I build my rides and stuff as I can, because I know at the start of the series these videos were like 8 minutes long, 10 minutes long, and that just wasn't enough to show you the entire process of these areas being built. And I know I used to cut it out because I used to think it was boring, but a lot of you guys have been saying that you want to see the full process. So I'll stick with that, and we'll go with that. I mean, a lot of the stuff that is boring I do cut out, like that inside section was quite boring to build, so that's why I cut that out. And various other things too, so we're just keeping the highlights in and keeping the main structures in that actually matter towards the park and the actual water park. Here we go, some more theming going in just below the rocks, so you can barely see it, but it's still nice to look at. Nice pillar. And yeah, the Sky Ride's been quite a difficult thing to do, you know. I've never actually used that ride type before in both Planet Coaster 1 and 2, so it's quite a new thing for me. So actually trying to make it look nice on the skyline, I think I did an alright job for a first try, but you never know, I might go back to it in the future and change a little bit or whatever. There's so much that I could redo in this park, but I'm proud of how it's come about. I'm proud of how this water park has turned out so far, and I'm going to show you it right now. Welcome back to Isle of Discovery. As you can see, Valkyrie going off in the distance. Wow, look at it go. Technically, we're not actually in Isle of Discovery because we're on the water park side, and this isn't the... You get what I mean. But as you can see, the front of the water park is looking a lot nicer now. It's still unfinished, but with that back sort of roof actually in now, we can't just see warehouses. which is really nice. Even if we go back a lot, you can't really see them. I mean, that bit's unfinished over there, so that'll probably be covered up, and it's going to look lovely. My game is starting to lag quite a lot from all of the pieces in this build and my actual park, so I do apologise for the lag. I mean, I just had a spike there, although they're happy. Yeah, you're not having to have your computer die. But as we walk in to this reception area, like I mentioned, you're going to have a shop. Over here, you've got the exit and entrance to the Sky Ride, which I'll get onto in a minute, and the restaurant that's going to go over here, along with the tickets purchasing for the water park. Because over here, we have some turnstiles, which you will be able to go through. You didn't have a ticket, but you'll get a wristband, you'll be able to scan it, and then you'll go through into the entire water park through there. Got some ATMs that are just used as pay here, because that's where you'll pay for all your drinks and stuff that's on your wristband. And then the exit turnstiles here, these are all on the workshop, so I'm not going to take credit for any of these. Honestly, the workshop has so many incredible little things like this on it. I could never make these. Yeah, shout out to the creators that made these. I am going to be linking all of them in the description once I finish the water park and do the final tour. But as you can see, right above the water coaster comes out of its rocky sort of mountain start there through like a portal, which I thought looked quite cool. Obviously, this is unfinished inside. All of that is finished though in there, and there it goes. And it will crash out that side too. But yeah, that'll have some more theming on the side, and that'll look lovely. But I'm only going to show you a portion of this because I haven't finished the Sky Ride just yet. But the queue starts right here, and you'll eventually enter through, scan your hopper ticket from the water park to the main park, and go over via the cable cars like you can see right above me here. But we're not going to talk about that today because we don't need to. But regarding the entrance to this cable car is something I want to talk about because I mentioned it in the time lapse but didn't fully go into it because it's not totally finished yet. But as you can see, there's already a few on the wall over here. These posters look amazing, designed by the absolute legend and the very talented Joshua Luke. He's created some amazing posters to do with the rides at the park in Isle of Discovery. You can see Talos there, Cognition, Welcome to Industria, Jinchi, I think that one might be my favourite. I absolutely love that. And even one there for Amazonia. There are more to come, and I can't wait to put them around the park, and of course have them here as well, where you can sort of look at them and go, wow, I want to go on Talos, or I want to go on whatever. I thought I'd show you them so far in this update. But yeah, massive shout out to Josh, absolute legend. And yeah, stay tuned because there's more of this to come. But yeah, underneath the water coaster, you can come in through the entrance, and we're going to ride that in just a moment. All of this in here is still unfinished, the exact same as last time. I've just been working on the outside section, and yeah, the scaling in here and the way it's lit is just awful. I really need to sort it out. And of course, we can enter through into the indoor section of the entire water park, which is completely unchanged since last time. But the bit that has changed is out here in the outdoor section of this entire water park. Upon exiting the indoor section, you now have that tower right in the center of this main pool out here that has its full theming done, and you've got all the water slides running down it, and you can see, there we go, it's going down. Supported in different places, and I tried to keep the supports as little as possible in the pool, but obviously there's a few that have made its way in, and I can't really do anything about that. But yeah, you can climb up this massive tower and go on those slides, and yeah, it's all themed. Oh, I'm drowning. All got the Viking theming and everything like that. It's looking lovely. Not too many updates for the other outdoor areas except from this splash pad that I did again use some workshop items for, because I was gonna start building them, and I started building them and the piece count was horrendous. And yeah, I looked on the workshop for some inspiration and found these things, and I thought they looked really cool. Pretty much what I was going for, so again, they'll be linked when I finish this fully. Shout out for making them. But either way, as you can see, this over here is the massive entrance to the water coaster. You got the second lift hill here that goes round into this helix that goes over the first portion of the ride down there. I really like that. And then that comes through into this little hill here, which goes into a mid-course brake run. I do love how the cable car goes under and over the ride. I do quite like that. Probably unrealistic, but oh well. You go around this little turn, around that fountain, and then of course that final drop into the splashdown. And yeah, that's obviously not the only splashdown, because the one over here as well, right here. This is quite a nice looking area actually. I haven't really looked at this much off board. But yeah, one of my favourite things about that turnaround just before you go up the second lift hill is that view of Valkyrie, and we're going to see that on board now. And here we go then, dropping down into the first little river section. I forgot to mention, but we have actually sort of got some custom boats on this now. I put like a Viking longboat-esque end and head on it. It's got some shields on the side as well. And here we go, up the lift hill. Thought it looked really cool having this sort of blue lighting with all the rocks around. And then as we head over the first lift, we should drop down into the first portion of the ride. And we've got even more of it here. Here we go. Look all around you through that portal. And then round, nice little S-bend there. Or like a S-curve, something like that. And then the airtime hill into that splashdown. That is very violent. That drop is so violent. But there you go. There's Valkyrie. Oh, it's going down the drop as well. Whoa, look at it go. But yeah, those are some of the views I really wanted to capture with this ride. Just so you sort of get a teaser. If you're on this and you think, oh, hang on a minute, there's a roller coaster over there. Might actually go to the park. That looks really cool. Or vice versa, you know. But yeah, here comes the second lift hill. But yeah, that drop, look at it. What is that? I really wish you could do your own drops in this game, like on the water coasters and stuff. It'd be so much more helpful. With the sun glare in our eyes, blinding us, we then crest over the lift hill here. And then we should drop down to the right. Look at that lovely view off to the left. Love that. And then you've got the water park right in front of you. Down you go, round. And then we go into a mid-course. If the lag spike didn't happen. And then we drop down to our left. Nice little quick snappy turn here. And then another violent drop. There you go. Under some water fountains, and then yeah, that's basically your ride. Other than that final turn, which you can see a little bit into the main theme park from there. But there you go, that is the full outdoor section of the water park complete. Obviously, I still need to do this cable car station here because it's just open and not done. But that will be done with the rest of the water park in the next episode or two. Because yeah, we're literally going to start finishing this water park now. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see next episode or the one after that this is complete. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of this series, because soon after this is complete, we will be starting the tallest roller coaster in the park in the back corner of the park. But yeah, see you next time for more Planet Coaster 2 and Isle of Discovery. Goodbye!